Hey guys, and welcome to the Super Gurus podcast. I'm your host Legoinator, here as always, and with me is always my co-host Finn.
Hey.
Okay, this week on the Super Gurus podcast, me and Finn are going to be chatting our favourite comic book weapons. The good ones, the bad ones, the fun ones. We're going to be chatting them all, plus we're going to get into some news, like the Beauty and the Beast trailer and the Kong trailer. Okay, without further ado, let's jump straight into the podcast.
Okay, so first up news as always.
Let's do it.
Okay, so I'll kick things off with so Logan, the movie, the Wolverine one, the last one with Hugh Jackman's coming out in March next year. There's been some new Logan images released, and some of the images give us a sneak peek of the villain, and they sort of tease cyborg Reavers.
Yeah? How cyborg are they?
Well, it's just sort of like teasing. You don't actually see them or anything, it infers that they're going to be there.
Do you think they'll be super cyborg? Because, like in the comics, some of them have tank treads for legs and stuff. Do you think they'll be like that cyborg or just a metal eye?
I think that they'll try to keep them as humanoid as possible, but that's just what I hope. Hopefully they don't go OG cyborg on us.
Yeah, 60s, 90s cyborgs.
Like Full Metal Man type stuff, yeah.
It's cool. That's pretty cool. I am so pumped for Logan. It's going to be amazing. Finn, I've got some news. Guardians of the Galaxy 2 also comes out in March.
Mm-hmm.
Well, reshoots are filming right now.
Oh, okay, cool.
So,
that's good.
Reshoots aren't always a bad thing. Like, sometimes there's just little things you want to change in post-production when you see something going wrong. So, sometimes they are a bad thing, though, but I trust James Gunn, and I think that these aren't a bad thing.
I think he's probably not that, like, any shoots are bad, that he's just trying to improve them and make them even better.
Yeah, I agree. Just trying to make the best movie possible.
Definitely.
Okay, so do you want to hit us with the next piece of news?
Okay, so the worst toys list of 2016 has been released.
Okay, then.
And so, toys with Superman have landed on the top 10 worst.
Oh no! So what do they sort of look like?
Well, I don't know. It doesn't give them a picture of the actual toys, but it just says Superman lands on 10 worst toys of 2016 list.
Oh no! Do you know what the top toy is?
It doesn't say what the top toy is, but it gives you a rundown of some of the other toys in that category. World of Warcraft toys, and Nerf.
Oh, what? Nerf is always fun.
Yeah, I think they've just gone a bit too over the top now, I think.
Nerf is always fun. I used to have heaps of fun with Nerf.
No, but the things that they do now, like, it's over the top type stuff.
Sure. I guess every list is just an opinion.
Definitely.
Well, Finn, remember how a couple of weeks back we said that Deadpool 2 had lost its director?
Yeah, that's a big shame.
Well, they have found the new director. He's some guy named Davis Leitch. I don't know really what he's done at all, but apparently he directed John Wick 2, if you know what that is.
No, I do not know what that is.
Well, apparently it's some sort of action movie. I'll just get up what he's done right here and we'll take a peek. Okay, here's the movies he's done. He's done John Wick, The Bourne Legacy, which isn't great.
Oh, The Bourne Legacy, that's a good film.
No, The Bourne, with Jeremy Renner. Oh,
yeah.
He's done V is for Vendetta. That's really good.
That was a very good movie.
So yeah, he seems to have some good standout action movies here. Ninja Assassin, that sounds sort of interesting. The Mechanic, so a bunch of sort of action. So he'll probably bring something new to the table.
Definitely, yeah.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. I'll have to watch some of his movies, just see if John Wick's on Netflix and check it out maybe. Okay, so what's next then?
Well, from this next bit of news, the Stargate reboot has been scrapped.
Oh, okay. Did you see Stargate, the original?
I didn't see it, but I heard it was quite a good movie.
I didn't even know they were making a reboot.
Well, I think because of the how Independence Day,
Yeah?
that sort of flopped in the box office. Yeah, so that I think it was by the same sort of director type arrangement. So I don't think that really got off the ground.
Yeah. Well, if you're a Stargate fan, bummer for you, but I don't really care.
Okay. Any more news?
Yeah, I've got a big piece of news. So, Marvel's The Inhumans, you know how it was scrapped from Phase 4?
Oh, yeah, like the movie, yeah.
Well, there is a TV show coming to ABC. It's going to be 8 episodes. It's going to film on IMAX, and the first 2 episodes are going to screen in cinemas, and the next 6 episodes will screen on ABC TV in the USA.
Oh, that's cool. I think Inhumans is a very good franchise, and they could do a
Definitely.
lot with it. Yeah, so cool.
And remember how there was Inhumans on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.?
Yeah.
Well, apparently this isn't an Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. spin-off. This is actually the Inhumans, e.g. Black Bolt, Medusa, Lockjaw. Like, these are the actual Inhumans, the royal family.
Oh, that's cool. That's good.
So, this is like hardcore Inhumans, and apparently they're going all out. Like, IMAX is helping, they're going to have an actual CGI budget, and they're really turning this into sort of like a TV series instead of a movie.
Oh, mean. So that's something we can really look forward to.
I'm definitely pumped for this, so it'll probably come around this time next year, because, really we're getting like 4 Marvel movies next year.
That's really good, yeah.
So,
Cool.
Marvel hype.
Marvel hype, definitely.
Okay, Finn, do you have any news before we talk about the Beauty and the Beast and King Kong trailers?
Okay, so, yes, I do.
Sure.
It's about the Justice League movie. There's been a rumor going around that there is a Green Lantern in the Justice League movie.
I heard this, and I heard that, as we haven't really heard any casting for Hal Jordan and Jon Stewart yet, do you think it'll be like a Green Lantern as in like an Earth Green Lantern, or do you think it'll be like just an alien Green Lantern?
I don't know. Well, that's the speculation. Which Green Lantern is it going to be? I mean,
Who do you want it to be?
Well, I think probably one of the Earth guys, but I'd be happy with any sort of Green Lantern as long as they don't like mess it up really badly.
They'll probably do like, there might be like just a Green Lantern who's not an Earth guy have a cameo in Justice League, but I think like for the actual Justice League lineup, they probably will have a Green Lantern, like maybe in Justice League 2 or something.
I think, maybe towards the end of the movie they introduce one.
Yeah, so who would you like to be like what Lantern do you want? Like, I would really like a Jon Stewart. I wouldn't mind a Hal Jordan. I think a Guy Gardner would be a bit lame. Like, I'm never really a fan of Guy.
Oh, I think Guy would be actually put a bit of like sort of diversity and stuff into the Justice League. He would really shake things up a bit. Yeah.
Or you could do like a Kyle.
Kyle Rayner. He would be good too. Yeah, I'm a big fan of him. So.
Yeah, and he would really help like weave in a sort of like Blackest Night. Or you could do, this would be really awesome, if we just find out that the Green Lanterns have always been there. Like, maybe we find out that Hal Jordan went all parallax on everyone, and he was a Green Lantern, but he's just not there anymore.
Oh, that'd be a good way to do it too. Yeah.
Like a bit of legacy. Okay, so do you want to talk about the Beauty and the Beast trailer now?
Oh, this looks really good. I was a bit skeptical at first when I sort of looked at it, but yeah, I think this has huge promise, and especially with Emma Watson, that sort of thing. Yeah, I'm really hyped for it actually.
Yeah, me too. So Disney has had some alright attempts at live action movies. Like Pan was a bit boring, but Cinderella beforehand, I actually saw Cinderella on Netflix, and it is surprisingly good. Like, I oddly enjoyed it. I didn't think I would. And I think that this Beauty and the Beast looks actually really, really cool.
Yeah, so I watched the trailer for it. The Beast, in my mind, doesn't really look that cool. I think they could have done him a bit better, but I think it looks really good, yeah.
So, yeah, the Beast special effect looks pretty awesome, and the whole, like, I really liked the cinematography. Like, it's got some awesome, like, looks at the castle and stuff.
Very much so, yeah. I think it's got huge promise, and can't wait till it comes out.
Yeah, I'm actually pretty hyped for this. Hopefully we'll do a podcast on it when it comes out. And next up, let's talk about the Kong Skull Island trailer 2. So this is a new trailer that came out for Kong Skull Island. So Kong Skull Island is of course a movie about King Kong. Finn hasn't actually seen the trailer yet, so we're going to do our famous segment, Finn's Reactions. Okay, Finn, why don't you turn on that King Kong trailer?
I've got the trailer up. Let's check it out. So
sure, let's hear Finn's reaction. Start it up.
Okay, so it's a cool little retro sort of introduction.
Photos of an island in the South Pacific, a place where myth and science meet.
Okay, so just seeing the scene, helicopters.
We use explosives to shape the earth, helping us to map the surface of the island. You're dropping bombs. Scientific instruments.
They saw this guy like smiling when they were dropping bombs and stuff. Ooh, but this tree just like, ooh, and then there's King Kong straight up.
Hard cut there, just retro music to just action.
I like that tree that just goes flying through the air. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Oh, there's like this bloody handprint on the side of the mountain.
If you want to make this work, it is home. With proof. Monsters exist.
Oh, so there's some sort of native population as well.
Friend there.
Yeah.
Put that down.
Oh, it's him. Will Ferrell.
What the hell is this place?
Awesome.
That's Kong. He's king around here. I was pretty good.
King Kong.
Yeah, oh, gee, he's massive.
You don't go into
Yeah, he looks like super big. Like Godzilla size.
Yeah, definitely. That's a cool picture of him, like, in front of the setting sun with the helicopters going. That's pretty mean. Giant, like, pit type thing.
Never said that name out loud, but you call him whatever you want.
Oh, wow, there's massive... There must be other ones.
Maybe like something that Kong can fight.
There's other massive beasts on this island as well. And maybe there's other gorillas like Kong. Maybe. Oh, that's mean. It's like in like this pit of fire and he's like fighting and everything.
Yeah.
That's mean.
So that's it for the Kong trailer.
That looks very good.
Belong to us.
That does look awesome, don't you think?
That looks amazing.
Yeah, Kong is massive, don't you think?
I think it's got a good cast. It's got massive hype. I think this is going to be blockbuster. Really massive movie. Really wanting to see this.
Yeah, and I think that the reason they made Kong so big is because King Kong is set in the same universe as the newest Godzilla film. And they're planning a Godzilla versus Kong movie, so they probably made him the right size so he can fight Godzilla. And don't you think it was interesting how there was all those other, like, monsters on the island? Yeah,
that was really intriguing, actually. I think that they can really weave in some extra plot points. There was also some other things in the trailer I saw, like, other massive skeletons of not just other animals but also gorillas. So
maybe Kong's the last of his kind,
or something like that. That'll be an interesting point to weave in. Yeah.
Yeah. So that does sound so. The Kong trailer is awesome, really living up to the hype. Now, Finn, what would you rate the trailer on the scale of F to A++?
A.
I would give it an A+, probably. I am so hyped for it. That retro music at the start, I thought went really, really well.
I think that did very well. I think it's going to be good.
Yeah. Well, that's it for our King Kong trailer reaction. Now let's jump into the main content of this podcast, which is comic book weapons. Okay, let's chat about them. Finn, start us off. What's a comic book weapon that you're going to chat about?
Well, some of the things that I have aren't exactly comic book weapons as such, but
just comic book items?
Comic book items and that sort of stuff. So
sure. So we'll be chatting comic book items all across comics. We'll give you like when it was first published, some lore about it, just who uses it. Okay, so what you guys say?
So, well, the first thing I've got is called the Spear of Destiny.
Okay.
So it's a DC artifact. It's also known as the Spear of Longinus.
Okay, who uses it?
Well, so
What's
the
its
first
powers?
recorded use of this is it was used to pierce Jesus and kill Jesus while he was on the cross.
Okay.
It's imbued with magical power. I think it was originally part of the Greek mythology. It was made by the gods, sort of thing.
Okay.
One of the most famous uses of this is by Hitler, actually, to keep the American heroes from stopping his Third Reich in World War II.
This is a DC weapon?
Yes, this is a DC weapon.
When else does it appear in modern day, like a Wonder Woman comic or something?
No, actually, a Superman comic.
Oh, okay.
So that's pretty interesting. The combination of Superman and this mystical, magical item seems to be pretty unstoppable. So
Yeah, and Superman's weakened by mysticism.
yeah, so pretty cool.
Yeah, that's interesting. I never heard of that spear, and I doubt I'll ever really hear of it again. Sounds like a bit of a more abstract DC weapon.
Definitely.
I have a DC weapon, but it's there's multiple of them, and it's not abstract. It's the Red Lantern ring. So this premiered in Green Lantern 28. So the ring is similar in theory to the Green Lantern ring. And when you put the ring on, it replaces the heart of you, and it also makes your veins bulge. Then your blood in you starts to spoil because, well, the ring's now your heart and is expelled from your mouth. So once a wielder has the ring on them, they can never take it off without killing themselves unless they have the intervention of a blue ring or enough hope to overcome it.
Yeah, so these are pretty cool rings. I've heard that the ring actually doesn't it replaces your blood with liquid rage.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
And I also like it how it replaces your heart, so it just makes your heart just useless.
Yeah, so everything goes to your head. You're really hyper emotional, and as with taking off the ring, one recorded use of someone actually taking off this ring is, or two actually. First one is Mira in the Blackest Night event. She managed to take her red ring off. Well, not exactly safely. She went into cardiac arrest, but they managed to save her. And also Guy Gardner.
And there's one more. There's Supergirl in the latest New 52 Supergirl run.
Yeah, so that's another way. Another person
Yeah, I really like this weapon. I think it's like a cool twist on the lantern rings. I really like all the corpse of the lanterns.
Yeah, definitely. My next one is actually good segue actually. My next one is actually another ring. It's from Earth 3, and it made its first appearance in Justice League number 23. It's the Ring of Volthoom.
Okay.
So on Earth Prime, Volthoom was basically the first Green Lantern.
Okay.
He was hyper powerful and stuff, and the Guardians had to stop him because they made him too powerful. On Earth 3, there's a different ring. It's actually an evil ring. It's basically it doesn't, rather than feeding on their will, and
feeds on their fear.
It feeds on their fear. Yeah, it's still a Green Lantern ring.
So Power Ring had this, right?
Power Ring had this in the Forever Evil, Trinity War, Darkseid War runs. And it basically kills you from the inside out. Yeah,
so I also know a bit about this too. So doesn't it solely feed on your fear?
Yeah, it slowly feeds on your fear, and you die after a while, and you get your soul gets trapped inside the actual ring.
Yeah, I think this is a real twist on the Green Lantern ring, definitely. And in the New 52 right now, there's still a lantern out with the ring, right? Jessica Cruz. She appears in Justice League run.
No, in this, is this Rebirth or New 52?
They're sort of the same thing, Finn.
So in Rebirth, she's actually got a Green Lantern ring, doesn't she?
No, I'm pretty sure she still has Power Ring's ring.
I don't know.
Because remember, she got it during the volume before Justice League Darkseid War.
Yeah, I know, but I think what she does is this is a potential spoiler for Darkseid War, actually, people. I think she dies in Darkseid War, and then she comes back with the aid of a green ring, so...
Okay, so I might be wrong there. I'm still gonna read Darkseid War, so I'll have to find out.
Okay, sorry about spoilers and everything.
No, just part of the job, Finn.
Yeah, just part of the job.
Okay, I've got another piece of weapon from DC. It is the Lasso of Truth. So this appeared in Sensation Comics 6, and we all know what the lasso is. It was formed by Aphrodite and is granted the power to when Wonder Woman puts it around anyone, they have to tell the truth. So I think this is really, really cool, personally. And it's just like it's been a staple of Wonder Woman since she was around.
I think it's very iconic and sort of symbolises Wonder Woman. Her sword, her shield, and her lasso. It's a very cool weapon, very versatile as well.
Very useful. It's not just it can just be used as a piece of string, and a big rope. You don't have to use it as a lasso.
It also is extra extendable, isn't it? So it can
Yeah, it's endlessly elastic.
Which is pretty cool too. Again, adding to the versatility of it. It's a very cool weapon.
Cool weapon. So, what's another weapon that you have, Finn?
Well, it's not really a weapon as such, but it's a Marvel one for a change. The Crimson Gem of Cytorak.
Okay.
So basically,
haven't heard of this one.
The mighty. So Cytorak is like an entity. It's like a being. What he did is he's a cruel and he's bad. Basically, he placed a portion of his power into this enchanted ruby.
Okay.
So what he was trying to do was, whoever touches this ruby gains partially the powers of Cytorak. What he was trying to do was create a mortal avatar that would sort of spread his rule through all the dimensions and everything.
But did it turn on him?
Not really. The first person that touched it was Kane Marco, who became the Juggernaut.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so this is what gives the Juggernaut his powers?
Yeah, basically.
Oh, okay.
And also in an event called Fear Rising, I think.
That's part of Fear itself, I'm pretty sure.
Fear itself, yeah. Colossus became a host for this power.
Yeah, definitely. I actually didn't know that this was I just thought it was. I did know that Juggernaut got his powers from an entity, but I didn't know that it was this gem. So that's actually a pretty cool piece of backstory.
Yeah, so cool. What's your next one?
I've got another Marvel one that happens to be a ring again. It seems that we like rings around here. It's the Mandarin's rings from Tales of Suspense 50. So everyone knows that the Mandarin is one of the main villains of Iron Man, and he has 10 rings that they come from an ancient cosmic civilization, and each of the rings has trapped in them the soul of an ancient warrior. So there are 10 rings. There's the Matter Rearranger ring, rearranges matter. The Impact Beam ring gives off a beam of energy. The Vortex Beam ring creates a vortex. Disintegration ring, you can disintegrate anyone. 20-minute cooldown. Black Light ring, White Light ring, Flame ring, Mentor Intensifier ring, Electro ring, Ice Blast ring. So yeah, there's a lot of rings, and they all have certain powers that help the Mandarin.
Okay, that's pretty cool. What is he? So he's basically pretty bad, and it's a very versatile series of weapons. And cool potential and cool weapons. A bit of a different take on sort of rings of power.
Yeah, I know there's a bunch of stories that have the 10 rings in them. I do know there's a TV show that has the 10 rings. It's actually a pretty good arc in the TV show. The show's called Iron Man or Armored Iron Man or something.
Iron Man Armored Adventures or something?
I think it might be
Is
called that.
it one of those animated ones?
Yeah, but it's more Young Justice style animated.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, and it's got a really cool arc where you find out about the 10 rings, and that's what I found out about them, and I think that they're a really cool weapon, and I'd love to see them maybe pop up in Phase 4, because we did have the Mandarin in Iron Man 3, but it wasn't really the Mandarin, and we do know that
it was a bit of a
10
letdown.
rings exist. Yeah, and we do know, it was a bit of a letdown.
I think some of the Easter eggs in Ant-Man confirmed that they do exist.
Yeah, plus if the one-shot All Hail the King from Marvel also confirms that the Society of the 10 Rings exists.
Okay, so cool. My next one is a DC again.
Okay.
It's the Trident of Neptune.
I've got this one too, Aquaman's main trident.
Aquaman's main trident. It's one of the 7 relics of Atlantis, and it's currently wielded by Aquaman. It's basically been with him since he was incarnated as a character.
It controls water, right?
Well, not just water. It commands the sea, the weather, and he can also disintegrate living creatures with it.
So it sounds pretty awesome.
One of the reasons why Aquaman is so underrated and stuff is that he doesn't use the full potential of his weapons and stuff. So, and this is one of them. Like, I mean, he can control the weather. He can, like, disintegrate other creatures.
You could probably kill Superman with it too, as it's a magical item.
Yeah, definitely.
Or at least hurt him a lot. Yeah, well, I really like Aquaman's trident. I always think it's like a staple of Aquaman. Like, you can't have Aquaman without his trident.
Like Wonder Woman's lasso.
Yeah, exactly like Wonder Woman's lasso. And this weapon that I'm about to talk about, it's not really a staple, but Finn, if you haven't heard of this weapon, you're missing out. This weapon is a fun one. Finn, have you heard of the Ultimate Nullifier?
Yes, I have. I was going to put this on my list, but pretty cool.
The Ultimate Nullifier, Fantastic 450. So the Ultimate Nullifier, no one really knows its origin, but it has the ability to, when you point it at someone or anything, just to obliterate that from just existence, like it never existed. But the thing is, if you point it at someone and you disintegrate them, but you don't have a strong enough mind, it will also disintegrate you.
Yeah, I heard this, so it's a bit of a double whammy.
It's actually came out in like 1960, but it's still around today. And if you guys want to imagine what it looks like, imagine like an old telephone, but with a big brick in the middle. Sort of what it looks like.
Yeah, it's like flat as well, I think, and bluish white.
Yeah. So I've got like the story of where it first appeared. So Galactus, he was attacking Earth, and Reed Richards was like, oh no, I need to find a way to defeat Galactus. So he went up to Uru the Watcher, and he said, Uru, can I please have a weapon to defeat Galactus? And Uru was like, I'm sorry, I can't talk to you, I can't interfere, but maybe if I turn away and hold out this Ultimate Nullifier, and if you happen to take this Ultimate Nullifier from my hands, I'm not going to tell anyone. So Reed Richards took the Ultimate Nullifier, and then ever since he's been pointing it at people, threatening to shoot them.
Very cheeky, very cheeky.
Yeah, so I think it's quite funny because no one even knows if it works because no one's ever shot it.
Okay, so, could just be a fake.
Yeah, it could. So, Finn, what's the next weapon you want to talk about?
Well, the last weapon I've got on my list is a mother box, actually, from DC.
From Darkseid.
Not just Darkseid, actually.
The New Gods.
New Gods, yeah. So it's a computer, basically, a semi-sentient computer used by Apocalypse and the gods from New Genesis.
Yeah.
It's capable. It's like sentient. It holds information. It's capable of opening boom tubes, which is a form of teleportation.
Definitely.
It was created by a guy called Hemon, a scientist of Apocalypse, who was trying to overthrow Darkseid.
Okay, and we do know the mother boxes will appear in Justice League. Like, we even see one in the latest trailer.
Yeah, so we see like 3, I think.
Yeah, we know in Justice League, the new movie coming out next year, we know that Darkseid came to Earth thousands of years ago trying to overthrow it, but he was stopped by the Atlanteans, the Amazonians, and the humans, and his 3 mother boxes were all hidden from him, and that's why he's coming back in Justice League present day. Yeah,
so cool story arc. Yeah, and
definitely a cool weapon.
It's a very cool weapon. It's not just a weapon as well, so
it's like a supercomputer, and there's multiple of them.
Yeah, so I think there's like in current New 52 Rebirth thing, I think there's like 7 or 8 of them.
Oh, and Cyborg is one of them in New 52 too.
He merged with one of them to create Cyborg, and that's why he's able to open boom tubes and stuff.
Yeah, so that's really cool. I do like the mother boxes. They are a really cool weapon of the New Gods, and I have another weapon of the New Gods. It's not really a weapon, really, but I'd sort of say it was. Came out in Forever People 5, and this is the anti-life equation.
Oh, so this is the counterpart to the anti-death equation.
Yes, so the anti-life equation is an equation that lets you enslave an entire race with ease. You can use it to just destroy anyone in the galaxy, and Darkseid has been searching for it for hundreds of years, because this is like Darkseid's mission to find the anti-life equation and conquer the New Gods.
Well, so basically, it's been held by Mobius at the moment. Well, it was in Darkseid War. So it's basically Darkseid wanting it from Mobius. Mobius sort of ended up killing Darkseid with the anti-life equation. He sort of bluffed that he hadn't fully controlled the anti-life equation, but then he revealed that he was the anti-life equation. So it's sort of like cool double bluff there. Very powerful stuff. Very, very powerful, very cool.
Do you think we'll see it in the DC Standard Universe maybe later on?
Maybe. Well, definitely definitely with ties to Darkseid and stuff. So quite possibly, yeah.
Yeah, well, I've got one more weapon, which is Gunjer. Finn, can you guess what Gunjer is from?
No. Star Wars?
Okay, no, Thor 275. It is basically Odin's version of Mjolnir, okay? So the weapon, no one really knows when it came about. All we know is it has Uru metal, and if legend is to be believed, the spear has no power. It's just a spear. Just Odin channels all his power through it.
Oh, okay. That's pretty cool. So it's like...
Yeah, it definitely is.
It's like OG Thor's hammer that can actually cut stuff.
Yeah, it's like a spear, but if I just picked it up, which I can just pick it up, I'd just be useless because I don't have any magical power.
Except it's made of Uru metal, so...
Oh yeah, of course, except it's made of Uru metal. Okay, well, Finn, you said your last one, so I guess that brings us to the end of our main content for this week, which was comic book weapons. I really enjoyed this segment. I learned a lot about some comic book weapons. Finn, what did you think of it?
I think it was very cool. Very a different sort of take on what we usually do, but pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it was definitely really good. Okay, well, let's jump into our famous segment, This Week in Comics, where me and Finn chat about what we've been reading / watching this week. Finn, what have you been reading / watching this week?
Well, so on Netflix, I found this thing. It's very old. It's called The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Okay, with Will Smith.
It's like Will Smith's like first thing of acting. He's very funny, very creative. It's a great watch. 20-minute episodes.
Isn't there like heaps of seasons?
There's like 3-4 of them. There's not many episodes in each season, and they're only 20 minutes long. But yeah, so it's pretty cool.
Okay, I'll check it out. So, how much have you watched?
2 episodes.
And you're liking it so far?
Very much so.
So what's the premise?
So it's sort of this guy from Pennsylvania, Will Smith, he's like growing up on the streets and he's sort of like the hip sort of guy that you know. He goes to live with his real posh aunt and uncle in Bel-Air, and It's sort of about how he's getting on and stuff.
Oh, okay, so he's all hip, or they're all old.
Yeah.
Okay. Is that all you've been reading / watching this week?
Pretty much.
Okay, well, I'll say I've been reading / watching some stuff this week. I watched last weekend TMNT Out of the Shadows, so the latest Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie.
Okay, I've watched this. I didn't really like it.
Yeah, I thought it was pretty cool. I was just in the mood for like a smashy action movie at the time, and that's what I got, and I liked it. It was pretty. I actually liked some of the action in it, and you can't say there's not some awesome action.
I have to admit there is some pretty cool CGI and action shots. So yeah.
Yeah, it's definitely pretty cool, and I thought it was all right, definitely. And the thing I've been reading this week, not really reading, but I've picked up a bunch of new comics. So I've got, and I'll read these over the next coming weeks. I've got Green Lantern Volume 7 Renegade. So I picked this up. It's about it's like one of the newest New 52 Green Lantern comics. Not really sure what it's about yet. Picked up Batman Volume 8 Super Heavy.
Oh yeah.
So
Commissioner
this is
Gordon.
the one with Jim Gordon. Yeah, definitely looking forward to reading that. I love Scott Snyder. He's such a good writer, and this is like his last run on Batman. So bit of a bittersweet comic. And I also picked up Justice League Darkseid War Volume 8, so Part 2. I've been wanting to read that for a while now, and just collected it in trade, and now I can read it.
Nice. So that's pretty cool.
Okay, then I guess that brings us to the end of the podcast. Okay, if you guys want to find us, you can always find us at Legoinator Comics on YouTube, Legoinator Comics on Facebook, and Legoinator at Legoinator_CM on Twitter. And we're also on Google+. I don't post much there, but you can follow me there if you want. Okay, Finn, is there anything you want to plug?
I'm pretty cool for the moment, thanks.
Okay then, well that brings us to the end of our podcast. See you next week, guys. Legoinator out. Bye.
See ya.